Hey, let's talk about lenders and the importance of using somebody that is local. Hi, Jules Yates with the Jules Yates team at Remax Bayshore in Traverse City, Michigan. Oftentimes, we will be approached by buyers and they will have already had a lender. Sometimes these lenders are somebody that they chose where they live. It could be downstate, it could be one of the online lenders, Quicken, Rocket Mortgage, or whomever. And we always recommend you choose a local lender if at all possible. Naturally, it's going to be your choice who you choose to use as a lender, but let me kind of explain to you a little bit as to why we suggest you use somebody that is local. So right now, with the market being as competitive as it is, it would not be uncommon for you to get in what's called a multiple bid situation. So what does that mean? If a property goes on the market and say within the first couple days they get an offer or two, they will then go back and put everybody on notice. Generally, they'll give another day or two for additional offers to come in. And then once they have those multiple offers, could be anywhere from 2 to 15 offers or more, depending upon how popular that given property is, they will then compare those different offers and determine which one is in fact highest and best. Now, just for clarification, highest does not always mean best. So what does that mean? Sometimes a cash offer, which is a little bit lower but can close in say 10 days, will be better than a conventional mortgage with 20% down and a closing 45 days out. So it really depends on the circumstances of the seller. That's something that we do. We will certainly talk to the listing agent and try to come up with an offer that's going to have the best terms for the seller in addition to whatever your offer price is. But back to the local lender. Why would a listing agent recommend that the seller take an offer with a local lender over one that wasn't? One of the things, of course, is familiarity and experience with a given loan officer. So if, let's pretend for a moment, I'm the listing agent on a property and we had multiple offers, 5 of them came from a downstate, out of state, and 1 of them came from one of the local banks that we're familiar with, and the seller were to ask me, which of these would you choose? Well, naturally, if the loan officer is somebody I'm familiar with that I know doesn't just, it basically goes through it, and that I know that they're very qualified based on that letter, approval letter, and I know from experience that 95 whatever percent of the time that any buyer that person qualifies actually ends up closing, that's going to certainly give a little added weight. The other big issue right now is, and one of the bigger hold-up purchases right now is appraisals. So whenever you get a mortgage, the lender is going to require an appraisal. Those appraisers are hired by third-party companies, typically called appraisal management companies or AMAs. Those AMAs will hire an appraiser, and if the lender is local, they oftentimes will get priority over a lender that is out of the area. So what does that mean? It could take an extra couple weeks or more to get your appraiser to come out if you're not using a local lender. That's not always the case, but it does happen. The possibility is definitely there. And so because there's a potential for a delayed closing, again, based on experience, if we know that this given lender will close and can close in a given time frame, that doesn't give added weight. That is the major reason. Another thing too to keep in mind is these lenders are going to be competitive. If you're dealing with a, let's say, a VA loan or a rural development loan, which are called RD, there are certain things that maybe an out-of-area appraiser is going to request or an out-of-town lender is going to request that might not be a requirement here. Something that we've run into in the past is a termite inspection. So we don't have termites here, and any local lender doing certain types of loans would already know that. So we don't have to go out and go to the trouble of getting waivers and things of that nature. So that's just a couple of the primary reasons why we recommend local lenders. If you have any questions about lending, lenders, types of financing, please reach out. We are happy to refer you to an agent. We are happy to answer any questions, however small. And always remember, real estate's not about us, it's about you.